Hey guys, this is Seti, and I am coming to you recorded from a Sanyo M9990. I'm at my parents' house today, and the reason why is because they live closer to the guy who fixes some of this kind of stuff for me, and so he dropped this off, and just wanted to make a video to basically give you guys a tour of this cassette deck. Boombox, sorry. Anyways, this is first demonstration recording from the microphone. It sounds great. It's got stereo mics, left and right. Kind of freaked me out when I was first listening to it using my headphones because I can actually hear myself pan from right to left when I was moving, and I wasn't doing it on purpose. And then it just kind of like, whoa, you know? Stereo freak out. It records very well, not only using the microphone, but also the radio. Check this out. Everybody hurts
this way, but there's this saying.
Vein Clinics of America has been treating vein disease for over 35 years. They're the largest and most experienced in the U.S. Look, I've been doing the commercials for vein clinics for years because...
See, I just had to look for a station that wasn't showing off or playing any music because I was just afraid of being copyrighted. That's all. Anyways, so that ends the pre-recorded section. Let me show you other stuff. Yeah, so that was me a few minutes ago. I figured I'll do a recorded intro. But yeah, so the story with this Sanyo M9990 was that my dad used to own this. And he had it for a very long time, as long as I remembered. And in the 90s, it got stolen. Now, I always liked the way this thing looked. I always wanted to play with it, but my dad wouldn't let me because, rightfully so, I was a young kid and he was afraid that I was going to break it or something, which I have a tendency to do with a lot of my toys and my own stuff. And from his experience, I've probably broken a bunch of stuff too. Anyways, I was hoping that one of these days that he would pass it down to me when I am a little older, but never got a chance because it got stolen. So I got this from eBay, and there was actually really not much wrong with it. There was only one thing, and that was that as soon as you hit play, it slowly winds up to play, up to speed. But other than that, it was pretty good. So I brought it to my parents' place because the guy who repairs my stuff, as I mentioned, fixes this kind of stuff. And, he fixed it and everything is perfect. But to show it off some more, there is a lot of cool little features of here. Well, first of all, it does have mono, stereo, and wide. Wide, by the way, gives it a weird effect, and I don't really like it myself. I think it changes the phase of the left and the right channel. It does have the ability to play and record normal, ferrochrome, and chrome tapes. So basically type 1, type 3, and type 2. Yeah, it seems kind of out of order if you say it that way, but it makes sense when you look at it as ferrochrome, and chrome. It also has a built-in clock, which requires a AA battery to keep alive. So even if I unplug the power outlet from the wall, it stays on. And because it has a built-in clock, it has a built-in timer. So if you like recording things off the radio at a certain time, this can do it. It has all of that. And I'm not really sure how to use it. I don't have the manual for this. But it does not have Dolby. And even though it records very well, it relies on auto record level for its recording levels. There's no way for you to manually adjust the record level on here. But it does have your typical bass, treble, And the volume knob is split, so you can do left and right. And even though it's split, don't worry, because there's enough friction where if you move one knob, it moves the other. See how I'm doing the chrome piece? That's the left, the outer ring. The right one is also moving, and vice versa. You have to deliberately hold one down to twist the other one to separate them. So, I don't know if I can do it with one hand actually. Well, there you go. So I separated them. But if you were to do it all, turn them all to like 0, then now they're back together again. This also has something, I don't know what this stands for, AFC, like auto frequency control or some kind of locking control. This has something to do with FM reception, where if you can tune the FM correctly and you turn this on, as soon as you do that, it tries to lock on that frequency. And if you don't have that, it can drift. Of course, modern radio don't need that because they have it automatically on. Another cool thing is there is a light button here, which lights that up. It looks really cool at night. It even lights up the clock. I wish it really lights up the meters too, but it does not. And I don't recall it, doing that on my dad's either, so I don't think it's like burnt out bulbs or anything. But, yeah. Oh, another cool thing. Let me show you the left. Alright. So, it does have line in and line out. It has connectors for external speakers, unpowered external speakers. So that means that those connections that you see where it says external speaker 6 ohm, it's already running through the amplifier, the built-in amplifier. I also see beat control or beat cancel, and I think that has something to do with AM recording and cutting out frequency. By the way, sorry for the background noise. I'm actually at my parents' house, as I said, and they're cooking in the kitchen right now. And also external microphone jacks with a remote. So if your microphone has one of those, a switch on it that lets you pause pause and resume, that's what that's for. So lots of cool things on this little guy. Sounds amazing, by the way. As you can see, that's the woofer, there's the tweeter, there's the left microphone, as I showed earlier, and the right side is just a mirror of that, by the way. Oh, someone's at my door at home. Anyways, let's take a look at the left side, or the right side. Really, nothing. Just a tuner knob, AC input, and a DC 12 volt input, center positive. In the back, well, let me see if I can, excuse me. Oh, and somebody says, hey, the lighting, it's pretty bad. I'm sorry, but like I said, I'm not a pro. I'm just using my phone as my camera. And I deal with whatever lighting that I can get. So anyways, hopefully you guys can see this. 20 watts, uses 8 D-size batteries, and it does have a 12 volt car battery adapter input, where I just showed you. It's basically that barrel plug I showed off. And like I said, the clock does require a separate AA size battery. So let me see if I can open this with one hand. If not, I can't. Hold on. There we go. There it is. Space for 8 D-size batteries. See if I can refocus. And then there's the clock battery. So if you do own a boombox like this and you're going to store it for a while, don't forget to pull that out, because, you might forget it, you store it with it in it, and it's going to leak. And there's the manufacturer's date. And I don't know if I said this already, but if I haven't, this debuted in 1979. So this model came out in 1979. Now, the date code, I don't know how to decipher it, but I believe the 80 at the end means that it was made in 1980. So maybe this particular model was actually manufactured in 1980, which makes sense because if it came out in 79, they're probably making this for a couple years or so, maybe a little bit longer. The antenna is an aftermarket, it looks like, or a replacement of some sort. I don't remember it being orange tipped, and the reason why I know for sure it isn't is because you can see it's shorter than where the holder is. So I pull it out a little bit just to put it in here. It doesn't fit exactly anyways. It's not important. If I ever find it, the replacement for it, I will replace it. But right now, I do remember what the original one was supposed to look like. I do believe the tip is actually supposed to be white and rounded. So if I ever see that, I will put it back in. Not important though. And that's it. A really quick video of the Sanyo M9990. Oh, and let me play some actual music off of it. This is the Overwatch soundtrack number 2, part 2. Of course, it had to be at the end of that song, didn't it? Let me fast forward cue. By the way, you can cue and review. Alright. Hopefully, you guys get a good sense of how it sounds through the camera. But, yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully you'll enjoy this video. It's just me showing off my, well, I've actually had this for a couple months now. Maybe, well, maybe longer than that. But it took a while for it to get repaired. So, now that it's repaired, I was just kind of showing it off. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.